everyone, welcome back to Astroways face reading, or shall I say body reading. Last episode we talked about different parts of our body: shoulders, back, butt, belly, belly button, arms, legs, and feet. Today we're going to focus on the things almost all of us have on our body: moles and hair. If you don't have these two things in your body, it's either because you're too young or too old. Kids don't tend to have that many moles as adults, while old people tend to have less hair than when they were younger. So our target audience today is more likely to be mid-aged people, after 20, before 60, kind of that range. So let's start with moles. For moles, you need to really sure what is the definition of a mole. People always say to me, I got loads of moles on my neck, and I look at them. 90% of them are not moles, they're skin tags. What's the difference between a mole and a skin tag? A skin tag grows from the surface of your skin. It tends to bubble up and dangling outside of the skin, while a mole is deeper in the skin. Why people always say they have a lot of moles on their neck, which mostly turn out they're skin tags rather than moles? It's because skin tags tend to grow on the parts where we fold regularly. As we move our head a lot, we fold our skin on the neck a lot. That's why we're easier to have skin tags growing on our neck. If you find skin tags on your neck, just simply go to the dermatologist. They'll either freeze them to death or burn them to death for you. That's not painful, don't worry. So now we've identified the real mole, the ones that grow from deep within the skin. Of course, you have small ones that just like one tiny little dot. Those we tend to ignore. They're too small to give a serious impact of your life. Here we only focus on those that are obvious and those that continue growing. In face reading, before we go into specific part of the body, because it's very hard to cover every inch of your skin. If I say moles on your forearm, 10 centimeters from the elbow, 5 centimeters horizontally towards the outer area, this mole is bad. Well, what if I got one that's 9.5 centimeters away from the elbow? What if I got a 6 centimeters towards the outer arm area? Is it a different mole then? So here I'm going to tell you something. Unless there's a specific ones, the regular rule to identify if a mole is good or bad, you can remember this. The moles that can be seen from the outside are usually bad ones, while the ones that covered up and not easy to be seen are usually good ones. For example, inside of your hair, inside of your eyebrows, inside of your ear, on the back of your ear, in your armpit, inside of your palm, inside of your belly button, on your butt, on the bottom of your feet. Those places that usually people won't see them, moles in these areas are good, while most moles in the rest of the areas on your body are not good. This is like a basic rule you can follow. Then from here, we can talk about the good moles. We've already talked about the moles on our face when we talked about our different areas on our face, so I won't repeat that again. What we can talk about are those interesting ones that have meanings. First, moles on the sexual area, on your breasts, on your male or female organs. If you got moles in those areas, you tend to be a quite sexually active person. I'm not saying that's good or bad. It really depends on what you prefer. However, it does also benefit you on being more sexually attractive. Next one is moles in or around your belly button. Moles inside of your belly button are good moles. It benefits you on your fame, your relationship with people, where you are in society, etc. While moles around the belly button can benefit you on your marriage, your partner can benefit you in many ways in life. Next one is moles on your butt. Moles on your butt area can benefit you on your career and education, but it has to be within the area where your butt sits on a chair. If you sit on a chair, your mole is inside the area where your butt contacts the chair. Then we say it's a good mole. Next one is moles in your armpit. This one may also benefit you on finance and relationship. Next one is moles in your palm. Not on the back of your hand, it's your palm, the inside. This one benefits you massively with your career, especially if you're a leader or in a position where you have power in your hands. Last one is moles on the bottom of your feet. This one is also super good one to have. It benefits you massively with your career or anything that requires travel, requires movement. So if you have to travel a lot for your career, or if you like traveling, or if you work at a physical job requires you to move a lot every day, you especially feel the benefit. So these are good moles. You can keep them. As for the ones in the rest of the body, feel free to get rid of them. For good moles, it's worth knowing the benefits of them. For those bad ones, there are too many of them. It isn't worth my time telling you why they're bad. Just remove them if you don't want to see them. If you want to see them, fair enough. At least it pleases you. That benefits yourself. So that's for the moles. As for hair, we've talked about the hair on our head and eyebrows, the color and the texture of our hair on our head can more or less reflect on the hair on your body. For example, if the hair on your head is very hard and curly, the hair on your body would tend to be hard and curly as well. So for the meaning of the hair texture, you can check back to our hair on the head episode. However, some people can have a bald head but loads of hair cover up his body, or some people can have loads of hair on the head but none in the body. So what does it mean if you have loads of hair on the body? Hair on the body associates mostly with energy level and sexuality. Energetic people tend to have more hair than always tired people. Guys tend to have more body hair than girls because guys are naturally more energetic than girls. Hair also associates with our health conditions. People with thicker body hair tend to be healthier and stronger. So that's basically the overall meaning of having or not having hair on your body. Now, there are certain areas of the body having hair can mean it's good or bad. First area is hair on our chest. Chest hair is one of the most common ones, especially for guys. Chest hair can be good or bad. If you have chest hair, you rather have it thick than have it thin. Thick hair, especially if you have an obvious shape, it can be a rounded shape, it can be a triangle shape, a rectangle shape, whatever. As long as you have a shape and it's well organized, then it's good. It benefits you on your finance. If you don't have any shape, or if you have only 2 or 3 hair, very random ones here and there, then it depends on which part of the chest. It can affect that part of the organ. For example, you don't have chest hair covered up the whole chest, but you have one bunch growing on the area where your heart is. Then you need to watch out for the heart problems. If you have a bunch on your lung area, then you need to watch out for your lung. This only applies on you if your chest hair doesn't cover the whole chest. And chest hair is better to be disconnected from the beard. It's better to leave a little bit of distance for your throat to breathe on your neck area. Otherwise, if thick hair covers from beard to chest, the whole neck area, sometimes you find yourself very stressful, like suffocating, like really hard to breathe. So that's chest hair. Next one is back hair. Now this one, it doesn't matter what pattern, what shape you have, because it's not really likely that you have a triangle shape of hair on your back. At least I haven't seen it. Now, if you have a hairy back, that means you don't really have foresight, you don't really think about the future, and you find yourself quite easy to get tricked. You have to watch your back and plan ahead your life a little bit. Try to avoid big competitions with people. It'd be worse if your back hair grows all the way up and connects to your hair on your head. Like there's no clear separations between head hair and back hair. That's worse. But generally speaking, hair on your back and neck is not good for your career. Next area is our elbow and knees. Elbows and knees are our joints. Usually joints shouldn't have much hair, but if you do have hair on these joints areas, that means you tend to have a quite busy life. You have to work really hard and can't get much help from others. Next area is hair on your hands and feet. If you got hair either on the back of your hand or the feet, or hair on the palm or on the bottom of your feet, they all classed as good hairs, especially if the hair spreads out evenly, not like a bunch over here, there, bunch over there, evenly. Then it will benefit you a lot on your career. Hair on your hands means power in your hands. Hair on your feet means your foundation is solid for your career. It goes very well with thick feet backs. If your feet are thick and hairy, you would tend to have easy money and smooth promotions. Last one is hair on your fingers or on your toes. Having hair on your hands and feet doesn't mean you have hair on your fingers and toes. Having hair on your fingers and toes doesn't mean you must have hair on your hands and feet. Having hair on your fingers or toes only means you tend to be a bit forceful, a bit stubborn. Has nothing to do with what we just said about hands and feet. So that's everything about moles and hair. The areas of the body I mentioned today, you can keep them in mind. The areas that I didn't mention today, they are either not good or not important. So don't ask me what if I got a mole 10 centimeters off my elbow, 5 centimeters towards my pinky. What does that mean? I don't know. It doesn't matter. If you like it, keep it. If you don't like it, remove it. Okay? Okay guys, that's all for today. If you want to have your personal face reading with me, you can email me at astroways.info@gmail.com or find me on Facebook at Astroways. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to know more about metaphysics, please subscribe my channel and I'll keep you updated.